You know, I've come to realize that being disrespected seems like it's a part of my life. It's been a part of my life for a long time. I can't even go outside and just sit, me and my son, without somebody being disrespectful. And you would think that people, grown people at that, would know better by now. And you would also think that by now they would know that God doesn't play when it comes to us. But no, they continue doing everything that they keep doing. Know this manager where I live at, she's so disrespectful. This is the worst place as an adult. Outside for me, living outside or going from place to place as a child or even as an adult, I would have rather be in the places that I had to live in than to live here. I'd rather stay on the streets like we've stayed than to live here because this is the worst place ever. I wouldn't let a squirrel live here. It just don't make sense. And then it's supposed to be a Christian facility or a Christian apartment community. Well, it's like a really, really huge community. They have a lot of different areas, apartments, all kind of different things out here. But it just don't make no sense. And it seems like the evil people and the devil people just keep getting more and more and more. And people that are poor gotta continue going through things just for no reason at all. Why should somebody have to go through something just because of their color? Or why you gotta go through something because, you know, like you in a wheelchair and you had to live in, and not be able to live places that you want to live. Like if I was able to work, I would work. But I get sick every time I work. Yes, I'm not in the wheelchair anymore, but I still get sick. I'm sick when I'm cleaning up my own apartment. I don't feel well. I don't feel well every day, but I continue to push myself. My son still gets sick. He was just vomiting the other day. And it just does not make any sense. And then they come to you and tell you, like, if you don't want them to spray in your house for roaches, because we don't have roaches. So I been gave them the paper or whatever that it needed from my doctor. So she comes to me today, the manager comes to me today, and from my understanding, she's the owner too. And she said it herself, so I'm not just saying what I'm saying, even though she sold a certain part to whoever or whatever. But I don't care who owns the place. Like, if you don't know how to treat people, you don't need to own anything. So she comes to me today and like, you says I turned down getting my house sprayed. No, I did not turn down getting my house sprayed. But why would you want to come in my house and spray when I don't have roaches? I didn't call you to come and spray for roaches. It's not a requirement. It shouldn't be a requirement. If it is, it doesn't make sense. But anyhow, my doctor been signed years ago for me not to get spray and stuff like that in my house because of my illnesses, because I have lupus. So like, she needs to stop with the bull junk. You coming to me with like, oh, okay, well, when I first gave the paper from my doctor saying so I wouldn't have to get sprayed, it was like, okay, we don't have to worry about that no more. Now it's, oh, we still gotta come and just look for what? Y'all don't even do nothing. I'm sitting here without a stove for 2 weeks, which is why I ain't tell them from the beginning, and I had waited a day or two before I even told them, because even when you tell them, they're not gonna fix anything. We've been going through no air, no heat, and everything since we moved here. It just does not make no sense. This, like, I feel like we're living in hell. This is crazy. It does not make no sense. They disrespect people out here. You can't hardly wash your clothes because, like I said before in my other video, or my short the other day, we finally been able to wash clothes after years. Like, come on. They got a bus where you should be able to get on the bus and go to the grocery stores and stuff. We can't even get on the bus and go to the grocery stores. There's something wrong with it. We can't go to the pool. Can't go to the gym. I mean, it's always something. Go to the cafeteria to try to get something to eat. It's always something. And all of this stems from her saying that she's going to put a white sheet on because I spoke up, because she put a cotton plant up under the HUD sign because she don't want white people in her building. But if you didn't want white people in the building, black people in your building, and she's white, if you didn't want black people in your building, then why did you allow anybody that was black to live here? I mean, it doesn't make no sense. God created us all. I think that's the stupidest thing that anybody on the earth have ever came up with, to where you can't stay somewhere because of your color. Like, oh my God, it just does not make no sense. Like, oh my God, we've gone through hell since then, all because I spoke up. Because my son had saw the cotton plant and saw that it was up under the HUD sign. And so he came in there and got me and was telling me to look or whatever. So I felt some kind of way about it because I already knew and had been hearing her say stuff about black people. And so I was sitting for days and I was just like trying to figure out how to go to her and say it in a nice way or whatever. But another lady that used to live here, she saw it. So she went upstairs to the coordinator. And the coordinator came downstairs and was like, oh no, you can't be doing nothing like that. You know, that's not okay or whatever. You're going to have to move that. So she took the cotton out and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry or whatever. And I would never want to do anything to make anybody feel bad. So I was like, if my grandmothers was still alive, they would really feel some kind of way about that. I said, it's disrespectful. It's not decoration to me. It's not decoration. I don't care if they sell it in the stores. It's not okay. So she gave me and my son a hug. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. You forgive me? And I was like, yeah, I forgive you, whatever. And I said, but you were just taught this, whatever. So you just gotta learn better. But anyhow, so my son put on his earphones, which he have on a lot or whatever, listening to music. So we had to go do our recertification for our apartment. And so we went. I was in my wheelchair then. I was rolling back in there, rolling into her office, and my son was walking in. Then she gonna turn around right after she just apologized and say, yeah, come on in here. Let me put on my white sheet. My son didn't hear it, but I heard it. It took all that I could to sit there and fill out the application and not say nothing. And so when I got back to the house, I was upset, and my son was like, what's wrong? And I started crying and stuff like that. And I was like, it doesn't make any sense. And then he was like, he gonna say something. I said, no, just don't say anything. So finally, I don't forget when I actually said something to her, but I said it, nicely or whatever. She was like, what are you talking about? Like she didn't know what I was talking about. Then all of a sudden she said, oh yeah. I understand, yeah, because I thought about it. I had just apologized to you. Then I turned right around and put my foot in my mouth saying something like that. And I have black friends, so I don't know why I would say anything like that. What does it have to do with you having black friends? No, like I told her, I said, no, you were taught that. I said, because nobody is born prejudice. So you were taught that. And I said, and it's not okay. I said, but one thing I am going to tell you, I'm so glad that I have changed, because I've always spoken up since I was a little child. But I'm not going to let you and nobody else run over and say stuff to me and my child. So after that, we've been going through hell since then. Well, we even started going through hell the first day we got here with her, because she don't know how to do her job. She don't had me like for years. She had me like backdate and stuff because she don't know what she's doing. I mean, it's so many stories. I'm just gonna start doing some stories and just telling y'all stuff that I have been going through with her, people in my life, things or whatever. Because I'm gonna start telling my story, because I'm not gonna keep sitting and going through things. And if it's anybody out there that has a way that I can get somewhere that I can go to where I don't have to be here and anymore, please reach out to me. I need help to get up out of this place. I'm just sick and tired of staying here. I was just crying today. And when I cry, I don't cry because I'm upset. Well, yeah, I'm upset, but I don't cry because I'm upset or so bad or whatever. But it does hurt my feeling. But I cry because I can't do anything. Because I'm tired of people just doing anything to us, and I don't do anything. I've done everything I can to help everybody out here. I ain't never been mean to nobody, and it's always something. Last week it was something. I mean, she just do so much, and this what I'm talking about with the white sheet. It happened years ago. But I tell a lot of the different other things that have happened recently or from years ago all the way up until now, because this place that I live in, it just needs to be talked about. And actually it's called it's Christian City, is in Union City, Georgia. The building we live in is Larry Moore Manor. And it's Larry Moore Manor National Church Residence. And it's like, even when we went to the city hall on her before, they wanted me to get 50 people to sign so they could do something about this place, because the people at the city hall don't even like her. They know how mean and evil this place was. They used to wouldn't even let black people live here when this place was first built. It's not okay. Like, people have died here, and I mean, they just, oh my god, it's so much going on. And when you try to talk or get the news involved or whatever, they won't let the news on the property or whatever. So like, I don't know what else to do. I'm just speaking out, and I don't care what happens. I know God has me and he has my son, but I know for myself that God put me here to speak out. So that's what I'm doing, and he's not gonna let me leave this place until he do what he put me here. So I'm sorry, I do what he put me here to do, which is why I came on here today to speak out. So thank you so much to everyone for listening. I am Cre-cre Inspires. I create to inspire. Have a wonderful evening.